What's up, guys? Welcome to Hooked on Growth. We're all about progress here, all about moving up. I don't care who you are, what you got going on, I want to help you grow. So if you're facing prison time, or maybe you're just interested in what goes on the inside, this is the series for you. I'm going to break down what it's like on the inside, what gangs do, who they are, how to identify them, and just to make sure you don't find yourself in a wreck. Look, now, if you stay till the end of the video, I'll tell you who I rolled with when I was on the inside. Deal? Alright, today we're going to talk prison gangs. How to identify them through tattoos, what they're about, what a security threat group is, what happens if you break a rule, what is a discipline, what is a heart check, what are race riots like, what about wars between gangs, what could possibly happen, all these things. I got so much information to give you, I thought I'd just make a series about it. Let's get it, guy. Let's do it. Let's do it. So in TDC, if you get classified as a security threat group, STG, you will be placed in administrative segregation for your entire stay. And every time you go back, you will be in administrative segregation because you're considered a security threat group. How do they determine if you're an STG group? Well, they have a point system. So if you're caught with certain tattoos or with kites that have certain lingo, or you admit it yourself like a dumbass, or someone says that guy is, or you're caught poking somebody up, you're involved in a war.
Give me a cut!
That gets you points. If you get 10 points or more, they will categorize you as an STG group and you'll be housed in administrative segregation. So if you become an STG group and you're tired of sitting in a box for 23 hours a day, you could be presented with an opportunity to go into the GRAD program. GRAD stands for Gang Renouncement and Disassociation. It is a process for confirmed gang members to renounce their gang membership. It is a 9-month program consisting of different types of classes related to behavior and substance abuse and work assignments. Check this out. I'm going to show you a chart with a bunch of crazy information about Texas. I mean, look for yourself. Texas has the most prisons in America. We have 103 prisons. We also have the most inmates housed in administrative segregation, 4,400. We have 180 on death row, which is the most in America, and since 1982, we have executed 593 people. Hey, congratulations. You just learned a lesson on how not to get punched in the face. Here is your prison tip, bitch. Respect is the #1 thing you need to focus on. Mind your respect. Now that goes with keeping your voice down, or when you walk past somebody, you say, excuse me. If someone feels disrespected, that's when a fight breaks out. It's automatic, bro. You disrespected me. You didn't say excuse me. You looked in my cell. Whatever the case may be, you gotta mind your respect. Also, if you're walking past somebody in your dorm or on your block or down the bowling alley, and you see them looking at you, you want to look, but not too long. All right. So you got to keep in mind. Look, if you don't look, you could be considered soft. All right. If you look too hard, you can be looking for something. So it's like you gotta find the middle ground, okay? So obviously, you always want to mind your business. When you're walking down the tier, you don't want to look in people's cells. But I'm saying like on the block or on the bowling alley, you walk past somebody, they look at you. Look at them back, but then keep going. Don't eye them down and don't not look. You got to use your peripheral vision to see if they're looking. If they're not looking, don't look at them, man. That's the best way, okay? Let's talk about prison gangs. Man, there's so many gangs in Texas prison. I can't even name them all. I mean, I'm talking an endless amount. We got Tango Blast, we got Orejon, we got Vayuco, we got Corpitos, we got West Texas, we got Mexican Mafia, we got Texas Syndicate, we got Aryan Brotherhood of Texas, we got Aryan Circle, we got White Knights, we got Peckerwoods, we got Crips, Bloods, Latin Kings, Gangster Disciples, goes on and on and on and on and on. I hate that prison is racial, and it might not be like this in every state. I'm just gonna tell you what it's like in Texas. When you go in, they can house you with different races, but typically the people are hanging out with their own race. The gangs usually have their own race. Now you might find 1 or 2 people that are a different race within the gang. It does happen. I guess, I have seen white boys who come from the streets and they were rolling blood or Crip, and they go inside and they're a blood or a Crip. It's very rare, but it does happen. Race riot pops off. It's gonna be complicated. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine if you're a white Crip or a white blood and the blacks are going against the whites? What do you do, bro? So we're gonna talk about white gangs first. That's the gangs I'm most familiar with, obviously. I'm a white boy.
One of the most recognizable symbols a white gang will have are lightning bolts. The flat top, pointy bottom Gatorade bolts, those are the wood pile. The top left where it's pointy on each side, that's an Aryan circle. And on the right where it's flat, on each side, barred we call, those are Aryan brotherhood lightning bolts. This woodpecker tattoo amongst woods is just as popular as the Gatorade bolts. Some will have a war helmet, as you see. Some will have a flaming head. There always will be smoking either a cigar, or a meth pipe, or whatever they want their pepper wood to be. So I want you to know something. When you see numbers, they usually signify a letter. So 23, 16, white, pride, WP. These are shields. Aryan circle will have an AC within a circle and or pointed points. And this will be on their side. We call these shields. This is Aryan circle. ABT will do similar shields. Only thing is they will have barred bolts.
I know that in different states, Peckerwoods are like a real gang. In Texas, you could consider them a gang, but it's not like it is in other states. A wood in Texas is just a white boy that hangs out with other white boys. You're not gonna let any of them get jumped, raped, or extorted. We kind of have to get each other's backs. That's kind of how we were able to survive. There's a lot of enemies. The woods or white boys are the minority. We're getting hoed out all the time, bro. So you could say you're a wood in Texas if you've been to prison. Only way. And yeah, we give you a heart check. Not all places, but you're gonna get a heart check where you're gonna get your ass beat by your peers. Depending on how big you are, how badass you look, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get your ass beat. 2, 3, 4 people. You gotta stay standing to take your beat down. That's key. But I mean, after that, bro, it's like, yo, they give you deodorant. We're gonna do the spread. That's what we call it in Texas, the spread. We're gonna make sure you're good. You need some shoes. Lace you up on what's going on in the dorm, who to look out for. You know, that's what the wood pile is gonna do for you. If you're a white boy and you don't really want to join, you know, like the hard gangs like ABT, Aryan Circle, you know, you'd be a wood. So that's what that is. All right, here's a slide of all the Hispanic gangs in Texas. I'm gonna break it down for you. Here we go.
Mexicanimi, or Mexican Mafia, they'll always have this bird or eagle with the snake in his mouth, La M E. And they're very Aztec, so you'll see pyramids and things of this nature. Texas Syndicate, you will always see the Longhorn, and you can see TS. Obviously, T with a Roman numeral, and S, they can be put as numbers. Now we have Bayuco, they're a Tongo. They will always have the V as palm trees, or the V, or the Roman numeral for West Texas. Tongo will have the TT for Texas Tech, or they'll have the WT for obviously West Texas. Here again, we have the numbers 2320, WT, West Texas. Here are some Tongo blast tattoos. Star, H-Town, I know they're in Fort Worth and Dallas as well. Here is Odie Home. They're based out of San Antonio, 210. 15 is 0, Odie Home. They're also a Tongo. They will always have the Spur for San Antonio Spurs, and the Playboy Bunny.
Okay, so I know Tongo, they do quota checks, similar to a heart check. Same thing. You know what I mean? And when the heart check or the quarter check is going down, that's kind of to weed out the bitches. You feel me? Because there's some undercover bitches you will never know. And shit pops off, you're getting your ass jumped, and he's sitting at the table right where you was sitting, and he's shaking in his boots. Or when shit's popping off, he's hiding in a cell. Like, come on, man. Like, you can't say you're a wood, or you can't say you're a part of Tongo, or a part of any gang, and then when shit pops off, you go run and hide. Not gonna happen, bro. Okay. Here's some tattoos of the black gangs within prison.
Now, the Bloods. They got the paw print. Number 5 is big within their gang, so you might see the paw print. You got Pyru. You got MOB, member of Blood. There might be a CK. It could be with hand signs. A 5-pointed star. It would be red if they have the opportunity to color it red. But a 5-pointed star is a blood symbol. And you have Gangster Disciples. Check these different symbols out. Help you to identify easily. Now, Crips. They're blue, obviously. You can see tattoos with a hand throwing up the C. You might see just Crip or the number 3. You can see a Crypt Keeper. BK for Blood Killer.
Okay, so I know in Texas, there are different gangs like Bloods, Crips, like I just mentioned. But within the facility or within TDC, you won't be able to tell really if you don't know the tattoos and you're not really familiar with what's going on and shit, because they all stick together in prison. All blacks stick together. They're not divided. You never see them go to war with each other or anything like that. Now, not all gangs do heart checks. Not all facilities you go to will administer a heart check. But I will say I have seen every race do some type of heart check with people coming in. They might not call it the same thing. Like I said, white boys would do what we call hard checks. The Hispanic groups, they call them quota checks. And maybe the blacks, they just say, we're jumping you in. Not really sure how everybody does it, but I have seen it. There's many rules within the prison facility. I can't go through them all right now, but I will mention to you, if you break a rule, you probably are gonna face a discipline. Say you cause an uproar, or you cause the block to get locked down, or maybe they shut the TV off, or who knows what the case may be. The speakers, they'll come together and they'll discuss a possible solution for the problem. Now, if it's one person that fucked it up for everybody, or if it's one person causing a problem, obviously we don't want to see a war or a race riot. So the speakers will come to an agreement that, hey, just give them a discipline, 45 seconds or whatever's agreed upon. They want to see it. Once it's done, then everybody lets it go and you move forward. A discipline is where you're going to get beat up. All right. Now there's different types of discipline. I've seen disciplines where people put their arms up and get hit to the body. I see where you can fight back, but you're fighting 2 or 3 people at once. It could be only body or it could be full body. It's whatever's agreed upon. Hey guys, first off, thank you so much for sticking to the end. If you haven't already, please hit that like, subscribe to my channel. I will tell you who I was with. Now, if you were paying attention, you'll see this tattoo right here. And it means what? Who am I rolling with? You tell me. Look, man, I roll with them. One, they're not a racist organization. I'm not a racist. I have mixed kids, y'all. Fucking look like being a part of a white supremacist group. I couldn't even if I wanted to. So, anyways, I roll with these guys because, honestly, we look out for each other. You're alone in there, you know what I'm saying? You want to be a part of something, especially when everybody's a gang, everybody's got homeboys. I mean, sometimes nobody really gives a fuck, but if you're in there doing time and your family's not talking to you, you get lost in the sauce, man. So I roll with these fools, and honestly, it helped me become a better man. I got some disciplines. I had to give disciplines. It teaches you respect. It teaches you how to hold your own. It teaches you kind of how to be a man, especially you out there on the streets acting like a little kid. Because if you go in there a little kid, you're gonna come out a man. I guarantee you that. If you got any questions, comment below, send me a message, whatever the case is. I got you. I love y'all, man. Thanks for watching. This is Hooked on Growth.